What's the difference between me and today and me yesterday? I got a piercing. I can't show you though. Welcome to season 2, episode 67. Unfortunately, I accidentally missed my wife, Natalie Portman's interview, and I will never know how she looked. And the radiance of the room, combined with the energy of combusting moleculitos. Season 2, episode 67 from December 8th. Kal Penn from The Daily Show, and also Harold and Kumar. He was on Veep too. He's gay, he doesn't smoke weed, and he likes politics. Go figure. Nothing like the fucking dude from the White Castle movie. Don't know who Jordan Fisher is, and Monica Mangan selling you more useless junk. Let's get started, shall we? Thanks for liking this video. I'm going to try that instead of saying please. Like, I was just assuming you already did. Thanks for liking. And thanks for subscribing. Hey, Farrah Fawcett's lover, Ryan something, died. He was 82. Him and Farrah together right now. Having a threesome with David Crosby and Hugh Hefner. Oh, yeah. I got to brush my teeth.
By her side when
more
she
than once
died
a month.
Today, O'Neill's son Patrick saying his father passed away peacefully at the age of 82, calling his father
the fuck
his hero.
Up. Jesus Christ. Everyone's father is everyone's hero when they die. It's just a nice thing to say. No one means it.
Remembering actor Ryan O'Neil. He catapulted to fame in the 70s, captivating movie audiences in Love Story.
Love means never having to say you're sorry.
And earning him an Oscar nomination. Later, O'Neil co-starred in Paper Moon with 9-year-old daughter Tatum. She won an Oscar for her role. It wasn't just performances on screen. There was also his high-profile romance with Farrah Fawcett for nearly 20 years, by her side when she died in 2009. Today, O'Neill's son Patrick saying his father passed away peacefully at the age of 82, calling his father his hero. And that's Nightline for this evening. You can watch our full episodes on Hulu. We'll see you right back here on Monday. Thanks for the company, America. Have a good and safe weekend.
And go fuck yourself, San Diego. I'm Josh Dobbs, former quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings and Arizona Cardinals and Cleveland Browns and Tennessee Titans.
Now streaming on Disney Plus.
It's live with Kelly and Mark. Today, actor, author, and host Kal Penn. Plus, from the hit Broadway musical Hadestown, Jordan Fisher. Also, check it out. Gifts for under $20 as we wrap up live gift bargains week. All that on live. And now, here are Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelo.
Good morning, Friday, December 8th, 2023.
Did y'all hear us blow out the subwoofer? Yeah, that was
When
crazy.
it dropped, though, we were like, boom, boom, boom.
You think the other talk shows complain about us? Like over at The View, they're like, it's too loud over there. We're like, yeah, call the police. It's only 9 a.m. We can still make noise.
You know what kids are doing these days?
No,
You
tell
know,
me, what are kids doing?
these days?
What are these kids up to?
All I want for Christmas is clearly detailed in my PowerPoint presentation.
Their PowerPoint?
Our kids never did that.
No.
Our kids.
Kids nowadays are smoking weed and having interactive sex with fucking cartoons on the computer.
Never did that. They just made a list, a Santa list.
They made a list.
Yeah.
We would laugh at half of the items. We're like, Dream on.
Dream on. Right.
Dream on.
So yeah, there are people making these extravagant presentations of why they should get something, all the reasons why. I wish if I knew our kids were doing that.
So kids are basically pitching their parents for Christmas gifts like they're on Shark Tank.
Dream on.
Dream on. Right.
Dream on.
So yeah, there are people making these extravagant presentations of why.
Dream on. Dream on. Oh wait, hold on. Where Aerosmith's gonna pause 1 second. Hey Joe, hook me up with some of that heroin, and give me that little girl right there. Ow! Aerosmith in the '70s. Steven Tyler, you bad.
We should get something, all the reasons why. I wish if I knew our kids were doing that, I would have a counter presentation.
Yeah.
Subject, head, no.
Well, I mean, but we should at least try to make something happen.
No,
they don't need it.
They don't need it.
What they need to do is volunteer.
Volunteer. Speaking of kids, you're gonna love this. My wife named our son after her first love, and I had no idea. My son is 5. About 2 days ago, we were out shopping and ran into a high school friend of my wife.
Not 2 days ago.
Yeah. They were in the grocery store. She was catching up when she told a friend that we have a son. The friend said, "Oh my gosh, what's his name?" My wife hesitated. And then I told her. The friend had a strange look on her face and said, "You mean like your ex-boyfriend?" That's when that his whole world came crashing down. He felt betrayed, disgusted. Now, when we were selecting names for our kids, I knew that, there were about 1,000 ex-boyfriends out there. No, I'm joking.
I know. After we went through,
Kelly's like, I did not have any ex-boyfriends. I mean, I had sex with a lot of guys, but I didn't have any boyfriends. Like, no. I did not date a lot of guys. I had sex with a lot of men, but none of them were my boyfriends. I used to call them lays.
That's when
because they were all Hawaiian, and I liked them when they ate my flour. I used to call them lays because I was like a potato chip, and they would eat me all day long. I used to call them lays because they were Hawaiian, and I liked it when they put my flour around their neck.
that his whole world came crashing down.
This is a fucking interesting one. I don't even think I'm gonna fucking.
Our son after her first love, and I had no idea.
It's like if I named That's like if I named my daughter Portman.
My son is 5. About 2 days ago, we were out shopping and ran into a high school friend of my wife.
Not 2 days ago.
Yeah. They were in the grocery store. She was catching up when she told a friend that we have a son. The friend said, "Oh my gosh, what's his name?" My wife hesitated. And then I told her. The friend had a strange look on her face and said, "You mean like your ex-boyfriend?" That's when that man...
Now, if she could have said, look, Sean is a very common name. Nick is a very common name. Frank is a very common name. But if his name was like Aloysius or like Parker or like Monty or, I don't know, Stefan or like, what's his name? Oh, his name's Bartholomew. His name's Bart. His name's Bartholomew. Like your ex-boyfriend? Here's the deal. Shame on you, best friend. For our friend. She ran into an old friend. I guess we're figuring out why she's an old friend and not a current friend. Like an old friend from high school. Because you have to know right there that when your quote-unquote friend is hesitant and doesn't say the name, What's his name? And then the husband says, Bartholomew, that you need to be like for you to just be like your ex-boyfriend? Like this is your husband, the father of your child. What the hell makes you think you fucking should say? You mean like the guy you fucked and got pregnant by and he made you get an abortion? What's his name? Aloysius. Aloysius? You mean like the teacher that you had sex with between your freshman year and senior year of high school that got you pregnant twice, made you get abortion, and you got engaged to and we're going to marry in Mexico, and then you stopped it because your parents flew down with the FBI? You mean like Aloysius, like the teacher that you, like after you graduated and you went to college, you still wrote letters to and you randomly hooked up with a couple times a year and you talked to on the phone? And you actually and you got and whose name? You mean Aloysius, the guy whose name you got tattooed on that spot in between the edge of your vagina and your asshole? That Aloysius, the guy in jail for trafficking? Really?
And then I told her.
Sorry, continue. I gotta go take a dump. I'll let it roll for you.
Friend said, "Oh my gosh, what's his name?" My wife hesitated. And then I told her. The friend had a strange look on her face and said, "You mean like your ex-boyfriend?" That's when that his whole world came crashing down. He felt betrayed, disgusted. Now, when we were selecting names for our kids, I knew that, there were about 1,000 ex-boyfriends out there. No, I'm joking.
I know, after we went through A through...
Yeah, I went with just biblical. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, all the, disciples and all those guys.
Right, all those guys.
All those
the
guys.
Disciples.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
The wise guys.
The wise guys. The three wise guys.
So what do you think about that? What do you think about...
What do I think about that? I mean, I think it's a bold statement. Maybe she just liked the name. I don't really think she probably connected her ex to the name.
Right.
But when you see your friend from high school, then you think, oh, maybe my friend from high school
knew how tumultuous the relationship was and how much it meant to her.
Yes.
Yes, he had no idea.
No idea.
What a Christmas present that is.
Yeah.
That poor guy.
What poor guy?
The poor guy with the wife in the grocery store.
Yes.
He thought he was getting some steak, a nice steak dinner.
Are you saying Jan did that?
Yes.
What do you mean? She's like, what nice poor boy? What poor boy?
Yeah.
What a Christmas present that is.
Yeah.
That poor guy.
What poor guy?
The poor guy with the wife in the grocery
What do you mean?
store.
What poor guy? What do you mean? What poor guy? The what do you mean? What poor guy? The janitor at the all-girls Catholic high school on the other side of town who had to fix, who had to mop up all the shit from the defunct toilet. The poor boy. What do you mean the poor? What poor boy? The poor boy at the liquor store that got robbed. The poor guy we were just talking about. That poor guy. Poor guy. What poor guy? What poor guy? The poor guy that sleeps in the cardboard box. What do you mean? Well, the guy we were just talking about 30 seconds ago. And then he starts to make up this whole story. The poor guy, he was just going to get himself a steak dinner with a baked potato, going by the Spanish crema, splurge on the Spanish crema instead of the sour cream, get some chives, a little bit of bacon, make a loaded baked potato, little crispy Brussels sprouts that he got a recipe off of online, right, with the compound butter, right? get a nice T-bone. All he wanted was he was about to get a nice dinner, rent a movie. He just got his new slippers in from Amazon, and he was gonna wear them. And then he meets his friend, his wife's old friend from high school, Marcia, who reveals that her ex-boyfriend Aloysius. You know what that guy? Not only did that guy just realized that their kid has the same name as her ex-boyfriend, is probably named after him. But at that point, he also realized that he's not the one. He just realized that he's not her forever person. He just realized that probably 9 out of 10 times, if he's lucky, 9 out of 10 times when they're having sex, she is thinking of him. That is when he noticed in his head, right in front of the rutabaga, oh, that's why she's always has multiple orgasms when we turn the lights off and put black sheets over the windows. That's how come she always has multiple orgasms when we put black sheets over the windows. You know what I mean? By any chance, was he Samoan? Because she has this thing, like, and he says that to the friend because he always notices she always wants me to put on like some kind of like beaded like necklace or something. You know what I mean? She always like whenever she wants to like have like a great sexual experience, we always eat like sushi and drink like pina coladas. And she's like, yes, he was Samoan. He's like, what the hell, man? When our child was conceived, were you even thinking of me? That's why you want me to muffle your mouth with the pillow, because you want to scream his name. You're like, and when I say what, you used to tell me you were saying, how delicious, how delicious. Come on, girl. My wife is nasty. I'd get a divorce right there. Say, you take your damn kid. Go find Aloysius. I got a cardboard cutout of Shania Twain. I'm good. References. Learn how to spell, learn how to spell, learn how to spell. Spell. Spaghetti, spell, spaghetti.
The relationship wasn't how much it meant to her.
Yes.
Yes, he had no idea.
No idea.
What a Christmas present.
Scandalo.
That poor guy.
What poor guy?
What poor guy?
What poor
The poor guy with the wife in the grocery
The
store.
poor guy with 9 toes that we saw in the
Steak,
wheelchair
nice
shaking
steak
the coffee
dinner.
can.
Are you saying Jan did that?
Yes, she revealed when this.
And then he's like, poor guy was just going to get a steak. How the fuck do you know that he was at the grocery store going to get a steak dinner?
That poor guy.
What poor guy?
The poor guy with the wife in the grocery store.
Yes.
He thought he was getting some steak, a nice steak dinner.
What?
Are you saying Jan did that?
Yes, she revealed when this story came out. Jan said that her husband doesn't know it.
Gelman.
Saw the article this morning. I laughed because my son's name is Luke, and I dated a Luke in high school.
You did?
Yes.
But did you name
And
Luke
so,
after
does
him?
Glenn know?
Now he does.
Yeah, but is Luke your son named after the guy you dated, Luke, as a way to honor him and for you to remember him? Is that like, I mean, is Luke named after the guy you dated as a tribute because he was the love of your life? And that's your way of honoring him, and like and so every time you say Luke, you think of your ex-boyfriend, the one that got away, or your number one choice that rejected you, or was it a coincidence? Like, did your husband say like Luke is good? And you're like,
Dated a Luke in high
yes,
school.
it is.
Yes.
And so,
Did you
does
blame it on the
Glenn know?
Bible and say, well, how about Luke? That's a biblical name. I've always liked that out of the 4 disciples. And he's like, okay. And you're like, yes.
He does.
I don't think he knows. No,
He
I don't
knows
think.
now.
But you just.
You want the show? Glenn, call me.
I did really like the guy.
See,
So he dumped you. And you wanted to marry him and have his babies. So the next thing you do is have babies with another man and name him Luke. So every time you say your son's name, you think your ex-boyfriend.
Yes.
And does Glenn know?
Now he does.
I don't think he knows.
No.
No,
He
I
knows
don't
now.
think.
But you just.
You want the show? Glenn, call me.
I can't hear what the fuck he's saying, dude. They're all mumbling now.
He knows now.
But you just
Did you watch the show? Glenn,
Does he watch the show?
I did really like the guy.
so you just like the name.
I
liked him too at the time. Yeah.
Does Luke
resemble your
his
ex-boyfriend?
ex-boyfriend? I think you know that
You guys are all thinking the same thing.
No,
it looks like Glenn.
Luke,
They are
he looks exactly like
it.
Glenn.
Yes, he does.
So shut it. So wait. So does ex-boyfriend Luke know that you have child Luke?
No, definitely not.
He does
Well,
now.
he does now.
Okay.
Now he knows.
I just like the name.
Yes, it's a good name.
Yeah.
It's a great name. It's not Lucas, it's Luke.
It's Luke.
Oh, very specific.
Yeah.
See, I would have gone with Lucas and just said Luke for short.
It's Luke, though.
It's Luke.
And he was a Luke, too.
It's amazing.
Did you date any Marks?
Did I date any Marks?
Yes.
Why does that? Yes, I dated you. I think he just. I think he just fucked up. This is why he's not an improviser or a good comedian that gets good roles.
Exactly like
it.
Glenn.
Yes, he does.
So shut it. So wait. So does ex-boyfriend Luke know that you have child Luke?
No, definitely
He
not.
does
Well,
now.
he does now.
No, he doesn't. How do you know that? You just talk about narcissism. They just think like, oh, well, he does now because obviously he watches the show because everyone watches us. That'd be funny. She's like, he probably doesn't watch your show. Like, who are you to think that everyone watches your show? Well, he does now because he obviously watches the show. Everyone watches us. What a fucking go fuck yourself.
Now he knows.
I just like the name.
Yes, it's a good name.
Yeah.
It's a great name.
Yeah,
It's not Lucas,
I
it's
bet
Luke.
you do.
It's Luke.
Oh, very specific.
I bet you do like the name.
See, I would have gone with Lucas and just said Luke for short.
It's Luke, though.
It's Luke.
And he was a Luke, too.
Yeah, I bet he was.
It's amazing.
Did you date any Marks?
Did I date any Marks? Right there, he fucked up. I think what he meant to say was, did you date any Michaels? Did you date any Michaels? But did you date any Marks? Yes. Yes, I did. I dated you, Mark. That's who I dated. And he watched. I wonder what his reaction is going to be. Do you think his reaction is going to be like, oh my God, like embarrassing? He's going to put his hand over his eyes? Or he's going to be like, oh, I messed up. Or he's just going to be like, I mean, Michaels. And then he's just going to try to like be quiet and hope it goes away and just kind of like have a smile and avoid camera or avoid eye contact with the camera. Did you date any Marks or Michaels? And then everyone's going to laugh. And he's just going to be like this. And Kelly's going to be like, he asked if I dated any Marks. Of course I dated Marks. See what happens? You try to be cute. He's sitting there trying to bust me. Yes, I dated any Marks. And that's the end of that conversation. You think you're so clever, aren't you? Let's see what happens. Because see, there's no way. Did you date any Marks? Yes, I did. I dated you.
Right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's see what his reaction is when he realized he fucked up. Did I date any Marks? This is hilarious. This is why he doesn't get good jobs. This is why he has to be a daytime talk show host. Right? Because no one's hiring him because, I mean, you know the types of roles he gets. It's stereotypical roles. He has to play a brown Mexican or he has to play a dad for his son because they look alike. He doesn't get any like groundbreaking roles. He has to play a gangster or he has to play, he was in like these cop shows. He was playing like criminals, right? Like, Latinos, right? He plays Latino people, right? And he played his son's character's dad, right? Because they look alike. And I'm surprised he's probably going to be in some Lifetime movie pretty soon. Well, this is his Lifetime. This is his whole Hallmark Lifetime movie era. But right here, impromptu, had an idea, goes for it, fucks it up, messes it up. And it's live TV. Congratulations, Mark. All that money you make for sucking at your job.
Oh, definitely not.
He does
No,
now.
he's a Luke.
I would have gone with Lucas and just said Luke for short.
Here we go.
It's Luke, though.
It's Luke.
And he was a Luke, too.
Yeah, I bet he was. I bet he was.
It's
Did
amazing.
you date any Marks?
Did I date any Marks?
Yes.
No, you're the only Mark I dated.
Okay. Any Joaquins?
No Joaquins and no Michaels, believe it or not. I know it's impossible. Like you throw a nickel, you hit a Michael, but I never did.
Why? See, he messed up. See, he knows he messed up, but he's ignoring it and hoping if he doesn't acknowledge that he messed up, it goes away. Because he meant to say Joaquins, or he meant to say Michaels instead of Marks. Did you date any Marks? And he goes, oh, any Joaquins? He meant to say, did you date any Michaels? He fucked up. Let's see. Look at his face as he realizes he messes up because he feels utter embarrassment.
You're the only Mark I dated.
Okay.
Sheer embarrassment. He's just going to stare at Kelly and just like he realizes he looked like an idiot. Watch his face.
Did I date any Marks?
Yes.
No, you're the only Mark I dated.
Okay. Any Joaquins?
No Joaquins and no Michaels, believe it or not. I know it's impossible. Like you throw a nickel, you hit a Michael, but I never dated one. Huh?
Any Lolas?
Any Lolas? I didn't date a Lola either.
Anyway.
But thank you for thinking so highly of me. I was not cool like that in high school. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad if you dated a girl named Lola.
Marks, did you date any Michaels? Yes, I did. No, I did not date any Michaels. I made out with a Mikey though in college when I was in Florida. He was very soft and sweet, and he had to wear a wig, and I had to make sure he shaved and put on a wig. But there were 3 things that had to happen if Mikey wanted to make out with me. He had to shave his face, he had to put on a wig, and I had to drink lots of booze. But trust me, when the lights are down and I've had a little bit too much mezcal, it feels the same. Oh! A man's butt feels just like a girl's butt.
Huh?
Any Lolas?
That's why I said if we had a 4th kid, I wanted to name him Butthole.
Lolas? I didn't date a Lola either.
Anyway.
But thank you for thinking so highly of me. I was not cool like that in high school. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad if you dated a girl named Lola. I like the name Lola.
So do I.
So it would not bother me in the slightest.
But
But
if we're strolling through my old hometown, back there in Brandon or Valrico, Florida, at the Publix grocery store, where shopping is a pleasure, by the way. And
yes.
we ran into it.
Every time you say a word about Florida, you're like in Brandon or Valrico. I'm like, oh, there's another town where he lives.
Well,
Keep
yeah,
going.
yeah, they're all kind of they're
Yes.
one of the same.
Yes.
And we ran into a friend of mine, and he said, "Oh, I have a daughter," and I said, "I have a daughter." And, "Oh yeah, what's the daughter's name?" And I'd say Lola. Or I wouldn't say. You'd see me double clutching on it, kind of like, well, she's,
Oh, I've seen you double clutching some of your friends. Believe me, I've watched you double clutch. And then you
blurt out the name, and my friend says, "Oh, like Lola, your ex-girlfriend." That wouldn't bother you?
It would not bother me. I am not that person. I don't get bothered by things in the past that's in your past.
Right.
I'm not you. No, I'm going to bring up the wrestling tournament in New Jersey.
Bring it up.
Since we're on X's. So Joaquin had a wrestling tournament in Wildwood, New Jersey. Wildwood, New Jersey. South Jersey. My stomping. Yes, thank you. These are my people. This is where I grew up. My neck of the woods. And the whole car ride to Wildwood, Marcos, I wonder how many of your ex-boyfriends are going to be crawling around this place. The whole car ride, I am trolled. Joaquin, I wonder how many of your mommy's ex-boyfriends' sons you're going to get to beat today.
Better drive the speed limit. Might get pulled over one of mom's ex-boyfriends.
The whole car ride was that. The whole car ride. We walk in
even right there, he messed up the line. He messed up the line. He was supposed to say, "Hope we don't get pulled over. Hope we better do the speed limit. We don't want to get pulled over by one of your mom's ex-boyfriends." So it's a line. It's a line that he knew he was going to say. He had said it before because he actually said it on the day it happened, and then he comes at his big moment to say it, and he flubs it. That was his time. In his head, he's thinking like, "Oh, I'm going to say that one line I said about being pulled over by the cop that was her ex-boyfriend, and they're going to love it. They're going to laugh. This is my big punchline moment." And he flubs it. The setup, the setup by his wife to get him in the position, and then he blows it. It's like all the dribbling, all the passing, all the spinning she did, right? And then she pumps fakes and gets Mark wide open, bounce passes it behind her back to him, and he fucking misses the dunk. He doesn't even hit the rim. It hits the backboard, his forehead hits like the rim, and he falls down. Like, he just messes up, basically destroys all of her hard work, messes up the routine. I can't wait to see how many of your ex-boyfriends are roaming around this town.
Since we're on exes. So Joaquin had a wrestling tournament in Wildwood, New Jersey. Wildwood, New Jersey. South Jersey. My stomping. Yes, thank you. These are my people. This is where I grew up. My neck of the woods. And the whole car ride to Wildwood, Mark goes, I wonder how many of your ex-boyfriends are going to be crawling around this place. The whole car ride, I am trolled. Joaquin, I wonder how many of your mommy's ex-boyfriends, sons, you're going to get to beat today.
Better drive the speed limit. Might get pulled over one of mom's ex-boyfriends.
The whole car ride was that. The whole car ride. We walk in the front door of the Wildwood Wrestling Facility.
Convention Center.
We walk in, and the first person we see is one of Mark Consuelos's ex-girlfriends.
I wouldn't call her an ex-girlfriend. It was dated.
It was just some girl I banged. It wasn't an ex-girlfriend. It was some girl I pretended to like for a few weeks just so I could get laid. Hey, Joaquin, I wonder how many of mommy's ex-boyfriend's sons you're going to be today.
I am trolled. Joaquin, I wonder how many of your mommy's ex-boyfriends, sons, you're going to get to beat today.
Better drive the speed limit. Might get pulled over one of mom's ex-boyfriends.
The whole car ride was that. The whole car ride. We walk in the front door of the Wildwood Wrestling Facility.
Convention Center.
You got to correct her.
We
fucking
walk
control
in,
freak.
And the first person we see is one of Mark Consuelos's ex-girlfriends.
I wouldn't call her an ex-girlfriend. It was dated once or twice.
And how many times did you have sex with her over these once or twice dates? I mean, 7 or 8. And why not a third date? Well, we went on a third date, but it didn't count as a date for me because she didn't put out. So if you had sex with her, it would have been a date. Yes. But you didn't have sex with her, so what was it? It was just me and a friend hanging out. So we went on 2 dates. So when you go out with a girl, it's only a date if you have sex. If you don't have sex, it's just a friendly hangout. Interesting man you chose,
Dated
Kelly.
Once or twice.
That's not how she recalls it.
That's how she recalled it.
That's not how she recalled it.
Sons are good wrestlers. Very good wrestlers.
Anyway, I just thought that was very funny.
Was her name Laura?
So, have you heard about the orange peel theory?
No.
Would you like to hear about it?
Tell me.
So the kids on TikTok.
On the TikTok.
The TikTokers are talking about the orange peel theory, which is how they decide whether or not somebody is a worthy a spouse. So I'm just going to hand you this orange.
Okay.
And what will you do with that?
Keep going.
Keep going.
Okay.
Take your time. It's a 1-hour show. Oh, he's a gorgeous guy. You would be priceless on TikTok.
What did I do?
You are a very coveted person on TikTok.
Really?
If you hand your person that you are hoping to be with an orange and they peel it for you and they offer you some, that is a sign of a kind person. You always do that for me.
Did you hear if I got a poblano or if I'm in the mood for it, I'll do some caramelized onions and some poblano peppers, like some rajas, and I'll put like some Chihuahua cheese or Monterey Jack or something. Or
you would be priceless on TikTok.
oh my god. The orange, oh yes, the orange peel theory. The orange peel theory is that if you take an orange peel and you put it in a bag of weed and you let it sit in a refrigerator overnight and then take the weed out, or I'm sorry, take the peel out, the weed will become more sticky and it'll smell like oranges, which will be nice, but it'll become more sticky and you'll be able to sell it more to your neighbor's teenage daughter.
Keep going?
Keep going.
Okay.
Take your time. It's a 1-hour show.
Trust me, this is probably the most entertaining part of the whole monologue.
You would be priceless on TikTok.
What did I do?
You are a very coveted person on TikTok.
Really?
If you hand your person that you are hoping to be with an orange and they peel it for you and they offer you some, that is a sign of a kind person.
See, if someone gave me an orange, I would just put it in the fridge and say thanks. And if someone said, here's an orange, like, see, I didn't see this part, so now I got to rewind it. What are the rules? What did she say? Because if someone gives me an orange, so like if someone says, she says like, here's the experiment, peel it. Like, okay, how do I peel it? I'd peel it and eat it. Then I'd peel it, and then I'd think, okay.
So I'm just going to hand.
They want to see. I would think they want to see, how do I peel it? Do I peel it in a circular motion? Do I try to peel it all in one peel? And not do I successfully peel it all in one peel, but am I trying to? Meaning, am I trying to take all the peel off in one continuous, big thing of peel? And regardless if I fail, or am I just ripping parts of the peel and I don't care? Or am I trying to get it going so I have one big long peel? If she says eat it, do I bite into it? Do I rip it out? Do I say, where's a knife? Like all these things. That's what I'm thinking. Trust me, the last thing I would do is okay, you want me to peel it and eat it? The last thing I would do is take it and give her a piece. I would be like, okay, here, I'm eating it. Oh, you didn't offer me some. Oh, that's the test? So now I'm a scumbag? I would have never offered her one. If anything, I would have eaten some. And because I don't love oranges like that, I don't usually make a habit of eating whole oranges. I would have probably been like, you want some? Oh my God, I think I'm going to throw up.
Have you heard about the orange peel theory?
No.
Would you like to hear about it?
Tell me.
So
It's
the
a
kids
talk
on
show,
TikTok,
yes.
On the TikTok.
The TikTokers are talking about the orange peel theory, which is how they decide whether or not somebody is a worthy
a spouse. Kids on TikTok aren't married, so what are they doing? Judging their parents? And this is not about an orange. This is just basically asking, do people share their food or offer any food? You could do this with pizza. When you get a pizza, do you give your spouse, do you go to your spouse and say, do you want a piece? Do you want some? Is it a difference? You have to pick up a whole piece and be like, here, give me a break. Trust me, the longer they've been married, the more it's a good sign that they don't offer each other food and they don't even make eye contact.
Which is how
this is a healthy marriage between older people, right? Because here's a fucking pizza comes and there you go. Thank you. That's it.
Decide whether or not somebody is a worthy.
Can I have some Archie? No.
So I'm just going to hand you
Oh, no.
orange.
Okay.
What will you do with that?
I'm gonna put it in my fridge, and I'm gonna put it. Honestly, here's what I would do. I'm gonna put it in my fridge, and I'm going to squeeze some fresh juice. So that's what I would have done. So what are you going to do with it? Now I know what she asked. Here's the orange. What are you going to do with it? She didn't say peel it and eat it. She just said, I'm just going to give it to you. What do you do? I'm going to put it in my refrigerator and squeeze it into fresh squeezed orange juice the next morning. So what does that mean? Am I a scumbag? And I'll offer you some of my juice. How about that? Jesus Christ. Take your panties off. Let's go make another baby. Little Aloysius needs a sister.
Keep going?
Keep going.
Okay.
Take your time. It's a 1-hour show. Oh, you are. He's a word.
He just knows what to do to get laid. He knows what to do to get in your pants. That's it. Worthy
You
spouse.
would be priceless on TikTok.
Who gives a crap? I don't give
What
a
did I
crap.
do?
You are a very coveted person on TikTok.
Really?
If you hand your person that you are hoping to be with an orange and they peel it for you and they offer you some, that is a sign of a kind person,
Oh.
a worthy person.
You always do that for me. You always do that.
An orange and they peel it for you and they offer you some, that is a sign of a kind person, a worthy person.
You always do that for me. You always do that for me.
Jan, did you hear what he just said?
You always do that for me.
That's what I said backstage.
always
I
give
said, I'm more the orange peeler. I'm not entirely sure if I think Mark will know how to open an orange without me. Because I usually do the orange peeling.
These were easy ones
Yeah.
to the sumo.
I always say whoever has the fingernails is the orange peeler.
All right, so I won.
You won. Yes, you're winning. You're winning.
We have a fun show for you today.
We sure do.
Yeah.
Kal Penn is here.
Jordan Fisher is also here.
How do you even spell Aloysius? How much you want to bet Kal Penn and them talk about that Indian celebration they did where they were up dancing till like 2 a.m. The Indian stuff where screw the light bulb.
Show for you
We
today.
sure do. Kal Penn is here.
Jordan Fisher is also here.
And say it ain't so, it's our final day of holiday gift bargains. Every item today is under $20. You don't have to spend a ton of money to find a really great gift.
It's true.
Okay. But I would prefer if you spend it. All right, you all know what time it is. It's time to play.
All right. Still eating my orange. Let's say hello to Betty Hoffman from Pennsylvania, who watches the show on WNEP. Hey, Betty, how are you?
I'm great. And it is Wap, and I know it's a difficult name.
Hey, how do you say that name? Can you say that name for me?
Walton?
Yep, same way. Just like I said it.
It's an Indian name.
Yeah, all right. Okay, so you know how this works. You've given us two statements. One is true, one's not.
Mm-hmm.
I have
Yeah.
60 seconds to decide which is the truth. If you stump me, you'll win the Kelly Mark holiday mug. And this.
What's the name of the town she lives in?
Walton?
Oh,
Yep.
That's Wapwallopin. Betty Hoffman from Wapwallopin, Pennsylvania, or Wapwallopin. That's easy.
Same way. Just like I said it.
It's an Indian name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Okay, so you know how this works. You've given us two statements. One is true, one's not. I have 60 seconds to decide which is the truth. If you stump me, you'll win the Kelly Mark Holiday
Majestic.
I'm ready for you, Mark.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it. All right.
Let's do it.
Here are your two statements. I was a paper girl and delivered papers on my bike when I was young. Or I have 7 parakeets. All right. Name your parakeets.
Okay.
Okay. Lola, Michael, Aloysius, and Luke. Here's my first impression guess. Let me see. My first impression guess with no clues or questions. I was a paper girl and delivered papers on my bike when I was young. Girls really didn't do shit like that. I have 7 parakeets. This, I always get tempted to say that she has 8 parakeets or 6 parakeets. And is she? That's a amateur move. Is she an amateur? The question is the easy one obvious, or is she trying to trick you? That's what it is. Give a hard clue and a very obvious clue. I think the paper girl and delivered papers, I think they're both a little different. I don't think, here's the thing. I think she has 7 parakeets because I don't think she was, usually might say she might have 6 parakeets or 8 parakeets, but I think she was a paper girl and delivered papers driving a car when she was in her early 20s or late teens. I don't think she rode her bike, or she walked. She walked and delivered papers. She didn't ride a bike. I'm going to say it is true that you have 7 parakeets. That's my first impression guess. Last episode that I didn't miss, episode 65, I got it right. I think I'm like 7 for my last 8. Let's see what we got here.
Pete and repeat.
Pete and repeat? Boy, you're really creative. Do you have any birds named Luke?
Parakeets.
Okay. Pete and repeat. Lily, Hannah, Spike, and then I have Romeo and Juliet.
Oh. Do you have a lot of? Do they make a lot of noise?
They can be very noisy. Yes, I actually have one that actually does talk a little bit.
And which one talks?
Romeo.
Lily.
And what does Lily say?
She says, Lily.
She'll say pretty bird.
Aww.
Pretty bird.
Pretty bird.
Pretty bird.
When you were a paper girl, what newspaper did you deliver?
It was a local newspaper. I did it with my brothers and my sister and I. We all did it together.
Did you get tips?
Turn.
Did you get tips?
No.
When we collected money for the paper, yes.
Yeah.
Nope.
Did you enjoy that job?
Liar.
Yeah, I did.
Liar.
I did.
No one enjoys a job when they're a kid.
Okay. All right. Pretty girl.
Wrong.
Pretty girl, pretty girl, pretty girl.
Correct.
I know your secrets, just like your parakeets. But you don't have 7 parakeets. I believe that you have some parakeets. I believe you've got a couple, because 7's too many.
Come on now, Mark.
He's going to be wrong.
I think that you were on that Huffy, just trucking along.
Huffy.
Throwing that local newspaper. The only thing that
Have you
people
seen what she looks like? A Huffy. Oh, no, my friend. If she was riding a bike, she was riding a Schwinn bicycle. That is a woman that was riding a Schwinn. Guaranteed. She should tell him it was a Schwinn. And he's going to be wrong because the truth is she had 7 parakeets.
Throwing that local newspaper. The only thing that people looked at was a police blotter because they want to know what their neighbors did when they got drunk and got arrested. That's what I think you did. I think you had a paper route.
Oh, gosh, yes, you're right.
Fuck you.
That was fun. That was fun, Minnie. I'm sorry you didn't win the mug or the T-shirt, but you still have a chance to win a valuable trip. All right, it's time to fall into the holidays travel trivia.
Texas. Deja, spin that wheel to see what Betty's playing for. All right.
Oh, I was just picturing something very, very inappropriate. I was picturing something inappropriate. So here we have this. This is where I dance like the dancer and try to mimic them, and you judge me on a scale of 1 to 100. And how do you spell Aloysius? Make sure to like this video. You guys, I love you, chat.
Sonia Vasquez from San Antonio, Texas. Deja, spin that wheel to see what Betty's playing for. All right.
Oh, breast reduction surgery. Congratulations, Sonia, playing for breast reduction surgery in Beverly Hills, California by Dr. Scott Goldstein.
Okay, Betty, you're playing for a trip for 2 to the Buccaneer in St. Croix. 7 days and 6 nights in a deluxe oceanfront room. It includes 3 meals daily. What, Mark?
All 3.
Prize valued at $9,500. You have 20 seconds and only 1 guess. Good luck, Betty.
Okay, Betty, earlier this week, we talked with Anderson Cooper. In what city did Anderson say his son, Stuffed Bear, is currently lost?
Paris, France.
And he lost it in Paris.
Yes!
Yes!
All right!
Congratulations! You and a guest will enjoy 7 days and 6 nights at the Buccaneer in St. Croix. Founded in the 17th century and family-run for generations, the Buccaneer in St. Croix is both historic and modern, blending old-world charm with warm hospitality and the amenities expected by today's traveler. The Buccaneer is the premier destination resort for golf, tennis, water sports, weddings, honeymoons, and family vacations. Your prize is valued at approximately $9,500.
Thank you.
Betty, congrats. Good for you.
Hey, Betty.
Oh, that is so great.
Do you actually have parakeets?
I did at one time, yes.
That's nice.
I only had 2, though.
I figured.
Smart.
What were their names?
Actually, I had a Pete and me Pete, and actually Pete died, so that made it kind of weird because then I only had 1 bird, and he was called Pete.
And you fly away, repeat. Fly away.
Fly away to heaven.
Well, Betty, now you get to make the day of a lucky member of our studio audience who will receive a Roomba vacuum cleaner from iRobot. So please pick a number between 1 and 183.
54.
Let's say 55.
Oh, damn. Oh, my God. I was going to say 54 because I figured she might go with her birth year and say she looked like she was born in 1954. If she went for 55 because she was born in 1955, that means I'm smart. Smarter than you.
All right, congrats again, Betty. When we return, Kal Penn is here. Stick around.
Still ahead alive, Jordan Fisher. And we will wrap up our week of holiday gift bargains. And coming up next, Kal Penn.
That's what Sonia does. I love Sonia. She's the best. You have to taste it. Uh-oh. Here comes Kal Penn from the White Castle movie. This is my Kal Penn impersonation.
See, now we get a new
Kal Penn, how are you doing? I'm doing great. I'm doing great, guys. I'm doing great. A lot of time has passed since we last saw each other. Yeah. I remember you were at my party. We were celebrating the Indian New Year, and now it's Christmas. I love Christmas. The trees and the lights. It's such a great festive time to be around. Walking around the city. Yeah. That's kind of my Kal Penn. So I don't know if that's good or not.
AC unit for $0 down and 0% APR for 6 years. Trust ABC and consider it done.
Welcome back, everybody. Don't forget Daily Show. Mark Wahlberg will be here.
Yes, also we'll have Jeffrey Wright. All right, let's get to it. He's talented. He's interesting. He's hosting The Daily Show on Comedy Central all week next week. Please welcome back Kal Penn.
You know, Cal usually joins us for our Halloween show this year.
We missed you this year.
You were not able to join us, and we felt that there was a curse over the studio. Yes.
I get my best costumes from this show on Halloween, right? It was like Taco Bell, which I guess we brought from a show I was working on. That's where I had the dress made out of Taco Bell wrappers. And then Cookie Monster.
I heard that you wore Cookie Monster to the airport right from the show.
That was Baby Shark that I wore. Yes, very good memory. I think that was the in-between year.
Any weird look? Well, it was Halloween, so nobody cared.
It was Halloween. I think it was more like, the crazier part was when you wear, I think the Baby Shark had a tail, so TSA had to like pat it down.
Pat down the tail, right.
And so everyone was laughing because I was like, yeah, it's Halloween, good for you. But it was a little, you know.
It's Kal Penn, so it's like, oh, it's Kal Penn, it's Halloween. They must be doing like a bit.
A bit, right, yeah.
Bit.
Not only was there no bit, but you know how planes get really hot and cold? That is the hottest costume.
Using the bathroom?
It's not easy to change out of it. I had to go and get my sweatpants from my bag and the whole thing.
You know, Cal, like me, was born and raised in New Jersey.
South, North, Central?
Central
Jersey.
Central.
As we all know, the forbidden zone of New Jersey. The lost region of New Jersey.
Did you make a real region now?
Did you make it into the city a lot as a kid?
I did, yeah. I took, you know, the bus and the train went all the time, and I went to a public performing arts high school. So we would take the train or the bus in and put like a hat out and do monologues in front of the Met to see if we could make like the train money to get back home.
Would you?
I mean, I'm sure we were insufferable at some level, like just being a bunch of 15-year-olds, but it was really fun. And I got to say, like, tourists who come to the Met and see a bunch of kids doing, you know, monologues are like, they'll throw in a couple of bucks.
Oh, that's incredible.
Get you home. It's really fun.
There's something about kids. There's a bravery in children performing that I think, like, the older you get, the more self-conscious you get, the more, and I think people are more generous with kids in general.
Definitely.
Like if I started performing in front of the Met, they would have me taken away in a straitjacket.
Were you on the monologue team, I hear?
I was on the speech and debate team, but not the debate part. Not the debate.
Wait.
Yeah.
So what did you do? You would do like the preamble or the close?
So I would do, there were separate categories for like improv, for the humorous interpretation, duo interpretation. So you're basically reading monologue or you're memorizing monologues and scenes. And the memorization of those monologues was stuff like Search for Signs of Intelligent Life in the Universe by Jane Wagner. Like just really fun kind of, the monologues that I would, 10 pages, 12 pages.
Wow. But 12 pages. Like, Cal, you only had to write 200 words. What is this? Yeah, sorry. I was only asked for a paragraph. Well, I was just, I sound like, I don't know why I sound like, I sound like fucking the guy in Wedding Crashers. That's an easy one. Everyone does him. Owen Wilson. I sound like Owen Wilson. But, what the hell was I going to say? Oh, so I would say, so did he do more like, if this was a legal case, would you basically do opening statements and closing arguments kind of a thing? Like, so whether there's intelligent life, we're going to be looking at 5 different things. 1 is this, 2 is this, and 3 is this. Now, each one, there's going to be negative content that, a negative aspect you're going to have. But we're willing to disprove it. And we think that our pros and our research will prove any kind of rebuttal that you have. And blah, 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 blah. Like, you did that. And then after that, your team would debate with the other team. Like, you'd break it down to the first thing. Well, we proposed this. And then they'd have to counterpoint it and stuff. And then at the end, you said, well, I believe we're done and we've proved satisfactory that there is life beyond Earth and Mars. Because everyone knows there's Mars. That's where E.T. was from, right? Oh, my God. 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 What are we doing here, people? What are we doing?
Speech and debate team, but not the debate
Not the debate part.
To see if we could make like the train money to get back home.
Would you?
I mean, I'm sure we were insufferable at some level, like just being a bunch of 15-year-olds, but it was really fun. And I gotta say, like, tourists who come to the Met and see a bunch of kids doing, monologues are like, they'll throw in a couple of bucks.
Oh, that's incredible.
So you did this because you needed the money to get home, or you just wanted other people to pay for it? Like, if no one gave you money, could you have still got home?
The forbidden zone of New Jersey. The lost region of New Jersey.
Did you need them? So did you do this because you needed the money or because you were cheap?
But a real region now.
Yeah. Did you make it into the city a lot as a kid?
I did, yeah. I took, the bus and the train went all the time, and I went to a public performing arts high school. So we would take the train or the bus in and put like a hat out and do monologues in front of the Met.
Okay. I feel you. I smell you.
There you go.
South, North, Central?
Central
Jersey.
Yeah, Central.
As we all know, the forbidden zone of New Jersey.
The forbidden zone. Please, let me know in the comments if you believe there's a such thing as... Is there a Central Rhode Island?
I had to go and get my sweatpants from my bag and the whole thing.
Cal, like me, was born and raised in New Jersey.
Yes, not a lot of gay Indian men in 1990s New Jersey, so... Which is fine. We support...
Preamble or the close?
So I would do, there were separate categories for like improv, for the humor.
He looks like a debater. A master debater.
Universe by Jane Wagner. Like just really fun kind of the monologues that I would write, 10 pages, 12 pages.
Wow.
But you'd remember, I mean, you know this because you're fellow actors. Like you can remember anything with a plot, right?
Right.
If there's a plot, you got it.
He was like, wow. He was like, monologues like 10 or 12 pages. Mark's like, wow. God, if I ever needed 10 or 12 pages written, I would have to Mark was like, he can't imagine that. Like writing 10 or 12 pages, like, oh God. I mean, if I needed 10 or 12 pages written, I would have to jerk off one of the really smart kids from the science club. 10 or 12 pages. As I got old, like Mark is the type of guy that would just like copy and paste 12 pages and then just like run it, like highlight it and run it through an app that just picks synonyms for everything. So it does pick synonyms for all the nouns and verbs. So that way it's completely different. And there you go. There's your homework.
A story, right?
My mom has her master's in chemistry. My chemistry grades were atrocious. And I remember my dad sitting me down and just going, just pretend there's a story to chemistry. And then you'll memorize everything and you'll get an A. And I was like, there's no story to chemistry.
There's a little feeling in it. Yeah.
It's like if they could make Hamilton the musical and apply it to chemistry, then maybe.
Maybe. But like, what am I going to do? Recite the periodic table outside the Met with a hat?
You got to make it a song. You got to be one hydrogen H2O, oxygen 8, and mercury Me. La, 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 la. Yeah, you got to make a song. Everyone remembers something when you sing it to a melody.
With a hat?
We'll be right back.
The last time we were here, we talked about
your boyfriend.
You going on Sesame Street.
Yeah.
And we spoke it into existence.
We did.
It really happened.
Yeah.
What did you do? How did it feel?
I just really, I'm going to start getting teary-eyed because the child in me, I cannot thank you and your team enough for this. For a decade and a half, I was trying to get on Sesame Street.
Yeah.
And I've had friends who have done the show. And, when you do a show brings you that much joy, you just go, oh, you should do it. Why don't you do it?
You should do
As
it.
if you're not trying to get on Sesame Street.
Right.
So finally got on. I had a couple of great scenes with Grover and with Elmo, and all of it. I'm not kidding you. All of it. Yeah, exactly. That's how my eyes lit up. All of it is because you have relationships with Sesame.
It's sand.
All of it. Yeah, exactly. That's how my eyes lit up. All of it is because you have relationships with Sesame Street. You spoke it into existence.
No, it's the existence part. She speaks
gosh.
Oscars, Emmys.
Well, yeah, she just conveniently just doesn't do it for you guys. That's why you have zero. Right. That's why you have zero, Mark.
As if you're not trying to get on Sesame Street. So finally got on. I had a couple of great scenes with Grover and with Elmo, and all of it. I'm not kidding you. Grover. All of it. Yeah, exactly. That's how my eyes lit up. All of it is because you have relationships with Sesame Street. You spoke it into existence.
No, it's the existence part. She speaks Oscars, Emmys.
Yeah.
Late night talk shows.
Man.
Yes.
Oh.
That is the next.
She speaks Oscars and Emmys into existence, right? That's why you have 0 Emmys and she has 0, right?
Oscars, Emmys, late night talk shows.
Man. Yes. Oh. That is the next thing I want to manifest. I want to manifest the Daily Show. When we return, we're going to help Cal manifest this dream.
It's not manifesting. It's called calling in a favor. To call a friend that knows a friend and ask for a favor through personal connections and say, hey, can my buddy get on a couple scenes on one show? That's one thing. But to call in a favor to Comedy Central, say, hey, can you give my friend the permanent hosting gig 5 days a week for the next foreseeable future, whether it's 5 or 10 years? You can't just do that. You know what I mean? But say, hey, come on to Sesame Street, sure, for 1 or 2 scenes. And you talk about like the letter J and how it stands for jelly and jam.
Eyewitness News.
With Kal Penn, the running joke here is that we make dreams come true all next week.
Except
You're
for
hosting the Daily Show.
Except for sick children, you don't help the Make-A-Wish Foundation. You make dreams come true for other adults who don't need any more money or anything. Perfectly healthy adults, you make dreams come true for. Sick kids, fuck them. That's Kelly and Mark for you.
Hey, we're back with Kal Penn. The running joke here is that we make dreams come true all next week. You're hosting the Daily Show, the comedy show, at Comedy Central. How are we preparing for that?
This is a dream job. I had the honor of hosting for a week in March.
And you were incredible.
Thank you. It was a blast. Fantastic. Look, I love the idea that satire it's still one of those things that can make people laugh. Like you can still sit next to your crazy uncle at Thanksgiving and watch something funny and be like, we both agree that that's funny. We may not agree on the content of it, but that doesn't matter. You can still have fun. And so just merging some public service work that I had done with my background in comedy, it was that whole team. Like you can't ask for a better writer's room, better showrunners, better crew. Except for here, I don't mean that.
We don't have a writer's room. It's so nice of you to imply that we have a writer's room. I have to say though, when I think of a host for that show, and Mark and I have discussed this, you are perfect, and here's why. You're an incredible host. You listen. You're a great conversationalist. So that's the hosting part.
Number 1.
Number 2, you are a brilliant writer. You're brilliant. You just are. And number 3, you are a political, if I say you're like politically wonky, like you love politics and you are knowledgeable in the field of politics. And I think the merging of those 3 things, your humor, your writing skills, your hosting skills, and your knowledge of global events in the world of politics is just so essential. You're the perfect host. You're the only host.
Thank you. That means a lot coming from you. I will say, look, I grew up on the Jon Stewart version of The Daily Show. That came out, he took over, I think, when I was in college. And so that was even the idea that I could guest host for a week or 2. Plus, all the other guest hosts are phenomenal, right? Everyone is so different. Yes. Everyone has brought something unique to it.
Hey, did Colbert give you any advice?
He did. I got the chance to talk to Stephen just a couple of weeks before I guest hosted in March. He gave me the best advice, actually. I said, hey, man, do you have any advice? Because you're from the Daily Show world. And he goes, why are you asking me? They fired me years ago. I was like, okay, but you know the show. And he said, you have a point of view, right? So come prepared. I assume you track stories, whether they're positive, whether they're challenging. You should bring them to the table. And it sounds so basic, but I just sort of thought, well, I'm guesting in somebody else's house. Is that a thing I'm really allowed to do? And he goes, yeah, they're bringing each guest host on for their unique perspective. So if your perspective is, here are stories that I think I'm interested in or passionate about, maybe you don't cover all of them, but like you come to the table too with
Some
something.
ideas,
With your stuff.
And it was just that sense of agency. Sounds so basic, but it really made a big difference.
Wait, let's ask one more expert here at finding hosts. Gelman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Gelman, any advice for Kal?
Kal,
Yes, sir.
keep doing it, enjoy it, have fun doing it, be natural, and you're going to do great.
Thank you. I'm going to tell you the fun part of it is something that I'm very excited about now. I look back at I loved the week in March, but we had some
let's just listen to this one more time. Did I hear that correctly?
Kal,
Yes, sir.
keep doing it, enjoy it, have fun doing it, be natural, and you're going to do great.
Thank you.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, Michael, that is one of the worst pieces of effing advice that I have ever heard. That what you just told me was terrible, non-inspiring. That is one of the laziest answers that I've ever heard to any structured question. What you just told me, you sounded like a little league softball coach trying to motivate 7-year-old girls to win an exhibition softball game against another group of 7-year-old girls who are more concerned with trying to paint their nails like a Barbie doll. Like what you told me sounds like a motivational pep talk you would give a bunch of kids before a kickball match at recess that they have no desire playing. Like you realize those kids, when you give the kids that speech, 30 seconds later, it's in one ear, out the other, and they're making fun of you and your dorky little like whistle around your neck. Like that was so not helpful and such a terrible response. I would please ask you to never try to inspire me or motivate anyone, any human being ever again in your entire existence on this planet, Michael fucking Gelman. Thank you. And your inspirational talk and your advice is politely declined. Thank you very much. Now, will you please get away out of the camera where I can't see you because you're giving me a little bit of the Hershey squirts. Okay. That was the dumbest shit I have ever heard.
And you're going to do great.
Yeah. That sounds like something you would tell your 8-year-old before their homework assignment.
Part of it is something that I'm very excited about now. I look back at I loved the week in March, but we had some it was a lot. It was very. My first guest was it was Joe Biden was my first guest, so obviously an honor to have any sitting president as your guest. But I was like,
I mean, that's a nice thing to have in your back pocket.
Of course.
I'm going to have the sitting president come as my.
But then the other part of my background is like literally making stoner movies, 3 of them. Like, how do we shake it up and also just make it silly and funny? So I think your point is a good one. That kind of balance is really fun.
This is why you're the perfect host for that show. You can have the stoner movie background and the sitting president.
I can't wait to watch next week. Thank you. Can't wait to see it. Break a leg. Kal Penn is hosting the Daily Show on Comedy Central all next week. Check it out. All right. Next, how to get bargains all under $20. Stick around.
Monday on Live from the Family Plan, Mark Wahlberg.
Right. Just like LeVar Burton is the best option to be the host of Jeopardy. Like shit like that doesn't work. I don't mind seeing. I just don't watch the Daily Show.
Part of it is something.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
It was it was Joe Biden.
I think the caption said present instead of president.
Like literally making stoner movies, 3 of them. Like, how do we shake it up and also just make it silly and funny? So I think your point is a good one. That kind of balance is really fun.
This is why you're the perfect host for that show. You can have the stoner movie background and the sitting president.
See, the caption said, and the sitting president when she said the sitting president. Blame it on the rain.
unique to it.
Hey, did Colbert give you any advice?
He did.
Your humor, your writing skills, your hosting skills, and
your humor, your writing skills, your hosting skills, and your political knowledge. But she did. That's 4 things. She only said 3.
Here's why. You're an incredible host.
Oh God, look at him. He's like gonna fucking cry like a little bitch. I love it when someone pays me compliments and looks me in my eye.
A political, if I say you're like politically wonky, like you.
Like I want to give you, like I'm gonna look you in your eyes when I ejaculate. Stare me, let's come together. Why don't you talk?
Number 2, you are a brilliant writer. You're brilliant. You just are. Number 3,
you are gay, and Comedy Central needs to get the LGBTQ audience. And you're Indian, so you're a person of color. See, yeah, she gives all the, look at that. You know, look, she gives all this stuff. Here's, I'll do Mark after her.
You are perfect, and here's why. You're an incredible host. You listen. You're a great conversationalist. So that's the hosting.
Number 1.
Hear the piano
music. Number 2, you are a brilliant writer. You're brilliant. You just are. Number 3, you are a political, if I say you're like politically wonky, like you love politics and you are knowledgeable in the field of politics. And I think the merging of those 3 things, your humor, your writing skills, your hosting skills, and your knowledge of global events.
She says those 3 things, and then she says 4 things. Listen.
Politics. And I think the merging of those 3 things,
your
humor, your writing skills, your hosting skills, and your knowledge of global events in the world of politics is just so essential. You're the perfect host. You're the only host.
Thank you. That means a lot coming from you.
And I was just going to say, because you're gay and a person of color, and Comedy Central would really boost from some woke casting. Yeah. See, I was just going to say, because you're gay and a person of color, that would do wonders for their social media presence and getting an increase in their audience. So listen, so there you go. You get both ends of the spectrum.
I will say, look,
I grew up.
Welcome back. All of our gift bargains are at least 50% off, and you can simply point your smartphone camera at the QR code in the corner of your screen. And
let me get my chair ready. My old Mr. Rogers chair. Hey, neighbor, would you be my neighbor? Oh, okay, so it's time for gift bargains. It's the last day of the bargain week, which is pissing me off. All these are cheap products, under $20. The question is, are they $20 before or after the discount? No more $480 pillowcases that are marked down to $200, or hammocks. No more $500 hammocks marked down to $250. So are they $20 and now with the discount they're marked down to like $8, $6, less than $10, or are they $40 and marked down to $20, or are they $80 and they're like 70% off? Well, that would still be $24. 80% off, which would be $16. So this is the big thing. They're all going to be under $24 before or after discount, because I have a feeling it's after discount. So we're not. So some people are going to be like, they're expecting they can get stuff for like less than $10. So let's see how. Oh, look at her face. Gosh, she looks like she's she looks like she can't tell whether she can't tell if she pushes out of her ass if it's going to be a gust of wind or solid. Like that's what she's thinking. She's like, oh God. I really gotta fart. Should I do it here? She's thinking like, are they gonna smell it?
Purchase anything you see. So let's get shopping with Monica May.
What's happening here? So much fun. So today, all of the brands we partner with have offered everything for $20 or less.
Amazing.
So this is crazy.
$19.99. How many things are we gonna see for $19.99?
Signs, and this is all about the bacon, okay?
It's all about the bacon.
All about the bacon. So we're going to start with the bacon bin. So these are containers that when you're done making bacon, you don't want to pour it down your drain. That's really bad for you. You don't want to pour it in the trash. It's going to melt everything. So you pour it in here. It can cool down to temp, and then it's easy to scrape out. This can go in the dishwasher. Some people even cook with their bacon grease, so you could keep it in there and make like home fries and stuff. Oh my gosh, I love this, Mark.
Oh my gosh, wait a minute. Oh my gosh, what is this thing? Oh my gosh, Mark, I love this. This is so you could pick your nose and not use your finger. Let me say about the bacon thing. Let me just right there give you a little piece of advice, okay? All right, this is like a rubber thing that you could put your bacon in. I think we have to revisit Kelly's fucking. At least this is decent acting. Her face of astonishment just fucking behooves me.
These are containers that when you're done making bacon, you don't want to pour it down your drain. That's really bad for you. You don't want to pour it in the trash. It's going to melt everything. So you pour it in here. It can cool down to temp, and then it's easy to scrape out. This can go in the dishwasher. Some people even cook with their bacon grease, so you could keep it in there and make like home fries and stuff. Oh my gosh, I love this, Mark. So this goes over.
She's so shocked she could fit 2 corn cobs in there. All right, here's something family secret. All right, only for you because you're watching. And I love you. Here's my little hint, my little advice for you. Here's a hack, as the kids say. Family secret. Don't spend $20 on a fucking $2 piece of rubber. You know what you do? Grab a fucking soup can. All right? I'm assuming you eat soup. If you eat soup, this will help you. This works for you. Buy soup. Here, I'll even tell you what. Even if you don't buy soup, go to the grocery store and you saw the size of that. Rewind it. You saw the size of that. That little ass thing. Trust me, if you make like 8 pieces of bacon for your family of 3 or 4, the amount of grease that'll come out will fill 2 of those. So now you have to buy 2 of those for what? $30? If you eat soup, save your soup can. Instead of recycling it, pour the grease in your soup can. You get your little chunky soup. You get your Progresso. You get your split pea. You get your lentil, your beef barley, your gumbo, your corn chowder. Eat the soup. Save the can. Take the bacon. Pour it in the soup. Guess what? You know how much that costs? $0. Right? Because you're just utilizing something that you already had. If you don't eat soup, go to the grocery store. Buy the cheapest can of soup you can, because obviously you don't care about the soup. You can get cans of soup for 79 cents. All right, maybe bigger sizes like that, $1.49. Some cheap store. I'm sure if you go to any grocery store, the Safeway or whatever, maybe even if you got to spend $2, $2.50, $3, even if it's $3, you can get a 16.9 can of soup. Take the soup, eat the soup. Even if you're buying the soup just for the bacon grease, it'll cost you $3 at the most for the same size container that this little fucking child's toy is. And guess what? Put your bacon in there. You need 3 of them. Don't spend $45 on 3. Go buy 3 cans of soup for $7.50. Save your soup cans. Go buy soup. If you're not a soup person, everyone's a soup person. Go find some soup, eat it. You'll find a flavor you like. Save the can. Use the can for that. And there you go. Now you don't got to spend money to this stupid company that thinks they've reinvented the fucking wheel. And look at it. It looks like a toy. You're inviting your kids sitting there. They're going to take that from the fridge and they're going to put a straw in it, start drinking fucking cold bacon fat. You know, you're just screaming for it. You put it in there. You put it, you put it in the fridge. Here comes little Johnny. Johnny opens the fridge, sees, oh, what is this? Is this Kool-Aid? You just put it in there 5 minutes ago. He starts drinking it, spills all over his face, burns his face, permanently disfigured. No good-looking grandchildren for you, because good-looking girls aren't going to marry Johnny. Unless he likes guys like Kal Penn, or he's got a brother named Alowichus who has some leftovers for him, because Alowichus is a good kid. Him and Luke. All right. So that's it. I went into it. I get it.
I love this, Mark. So this goes over not your face, but your frying pan. So it keeps the bacon
Oh
splatter.
my God. You know what works for that? A fucking piece of newspaper, a leftover piece of cardboard. You could cut cardboard off of an old box you get. How many cardboard boxes do you have from your Amazon deliveries, from your anything delivered? Cut a piece of cardboard off. Hold on one second. This is ridiculous. You're wasting money if you buy any of this shit. All right, let's finish this. I'll show you what the hell.
That's really bad for you. You don't want to pour it in the trash. It's going to melt everything. So you pour it in here. It can cool down to temp, and then it's easy to scrape out. This can go in the dishwasher. Some people even cook with their bacon grease, so you could keep it in there and make like home fries and stuff. Oh my gosh, I love this, Mark. So this goes over not your face, but your frying pan. So it keeps the bacon splatter from going all over.
Because I burn myself.
Oh my God.
It's all good. It's all dirty. The oil is everywhere.
Clean, and also this can go right in the dishwasher. And then I also...
All right. You saw what they had. You put it over your pan. If you really look, get a piece of damn cardboard, put it over the pan. All right. You know what else you could do? About to fucking rock your world. Pan. I don't know if it's a dirty pan. Okay. Guess what about 8 inches? Pan. Bacon. Always away from you. You don't want to put it towards you, especially if you've already cooked some bacon and there's grease in there and you put in like your 4th and 5th pieces. You don't want to put it towards you and have it splatter in your face or on your, your beard. I know there's ladies with beards, so I'm including you too. All inclusive. Always away from you, right? Pan, bacon, plate. Cover it. Guess what? The bacon grease won't splatter. You know how much this costs? Well, obviously it costs money, but it's a plate. So how much additional does this cost to cover your pan and prevent bacon splatter? 0. Absolutely 0. It's already in your pantry. You don't need to spend this stupid fucking thing spend $7 on something that looks like a children's
so
toy.
You could keep it in there and make like home fries and stuff. Oh my gosh, I love this, Mark. So this goes over not your...
This fucking thing. You do not need to spend... You look like a fucking pig. And I get it. It's meant to be like that because it's bacon. But you don't need to spend $7 on this fucking thing. Save your money. Cook bacon. First of all, cook bacon in the oven. That's going to be better and more even cooking, right? Pan, there you go, free. If you really want to get creative with your cardboard too, you could take scissors and cut it into a circle. If you want to poke holes in it to let the steep escape, take a fucking knife, poke some fucking holes in it. Give me a break. Cardboard, a plate. Plate's probably better, but there you go. Free. That's 2. What else you got, Monica? What else you trying to rob? What else are you con artists trying to offer us? You got any swampland? Or is there a timeshare? What else you got, you scumbags?
But your frying pan.
You filthy animals.
Keeps the bacon splatter from going all over.
Because I burn myself.
Oh my God.
It's all dirty. The oil is everywhere.
Clean, and also this can go right in the dishwasher. And then I also really love this.
You know what else goes in the dishwasher? My dick. A fucking plate. There you go. I'm so sick of it.
Bacon cooking mat. So if you want to cook your bacon in the oven, you lay the bacon on here, and it's raised, so it's not sitting in the grease.
All the grease.
I feel like Lauren needs to click on it right now before it sells out.
Oh my gosh! You know what else works to cook your bacon in the oven? A fucking baking dish or a cookie sheet or something you already have. if you want, this is great. This is my favorite. If you want to cook your bacon in the oven, buy this red rubber mat. So when you take it out, it's all rubbery and bendable, right? So now you're going to take it out. It's going to be rubber. Now you got to pick it up and then what? Or, you know what I mean? No. So what are you going to do? You're going to put it on a cookie sheet anyways. I know what they're saying. They're saying put the bacon over it, and when it cooks, all the bacon fat will drip in these little holes, and then you're supposed to go in and reach with like tongs and take the bacon out, and then turn the oven off and let it sit and like solidify. It's not going to get hard like in the fridge. Eventually, you're going to have to take that rubber ass mat and transfer it with bacon grease to your little ass fucking container here. Right now, dump the bacon grease out of these little fucking holes into this small ass fucking 12-ounce Coke can without it fucking getting all over the fucking counter. Good luck. This is my rating. This is a big suck my fat cock 0 out of 100 score for these stupid ass fucking products. You're a moron if you spend money on this shit.
So it's not sitting in the grease.
All the grease.
I feel like Lauren needs to click on it right now before it sells out.
What a ripoff.
These are amazing.
It collects all the grease. And then what? How do you take it out of your fucking oven?
This is a bacon cooking mat. So if you want to cook your bacon in the oven.
Yeah, I don't know if you could see this. Look at this. All these grooves, that's where the bacon's going to go. But how are you going to get it out of there? Good luck. What are you going to do? Fold it in half and it's going to conveniently go into your little stupid red rubber thing? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Enough of this. I've given you too much.
You lay the bacon on here and it's raised. So it's.
Oh, no. Yeah. We get it. What's next? You fucking cock. Avon calling. I got some lipstick.
Oh, wow.
This is the girl. If it was the 1940s, this is the fucking Monica Meng is the fucking girl that'd be ringing your fucking doorbell 11 times until you fucking answered it when you're trying to hide from her. And she's the girl at the mall at the department store that would put fucking lipstick all over your lips and then have you look like just hey, and she'd say you look beautiful, or she put like lipstick on like half of your face and be like, oh my gosh, you look so pretty, you look so much better. Here, let me try this. Here's some eye stuff. Oh my gosh, you look so pretty. You should buy this. Fuck you.
Amazing.
All right. This is OB Designs, and these are for the little ones. People, if you have friends that have little ones, so we have an assortment of, there's a huge assortment online, but all
Really
sorts of soft stuffed animals. These are like the little snuggly ones for when your baby's sleeping, really cute ones. We also have an assortment of blankets, some of the non-toxic teethers.
And you get some anal beads, which is great for you or the kids. $10 to $37. What kind of a fucking stuffed animal is 37? You know what it is? It's $10 without the anal beads, $37 with the anal beads. That's what it is. And now with the bargain, she just said everything's under $20. This one is anywhere from $5 to $18.50. Oh my God. What a waste. Oh yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Try to sell us, Mark. You great fucking late night infomercial host. You go ahead. Why should I pay fucking all this money for anal beads and a fucking stuffed animal?
Look at assortment of. There's a huge assortment online. But
what would I do? Come on, improviser.
Stuffed
Come
animals.
on.
These are like
Ad-lib.
little snuggly ones for when your baby's sleeping.
Oh my gosh.
Really cute ones.
Oh my gosh. Look at that.
Of blankets.
Oh,
some
I'm
of
gonna
the
put my head on
non-toxic
it.
teethers. They look so much cooler than what we had.
They look like
ours were just
anal
not
beads.
cute.
Ours were made from lead.
Yeah, exactly. These are so much better. A lot of like muslin little blankets and swaddlers, just really chic but cute. Soft,
Really great.
love it.
Nice.
And again, under $20.
Amazing.
Insane.
Dude,
All right.
when something only costs like $1.50 to make, $20 under $20, this is New York for you. It's under $20, so it's a great deal. No, it's not.
This is Friend Sheep. I love the name. We have a great Friend Sheep, okay? And these are dryer balls. So these are non-toxic.
Oh, I got some dryer
wool
balls for you,
That is
Monica.
they're not just
everywhere in my laundry room.
Yes. Okay. So do you know why they're so great? So they cut down dry time.
Kelly just gave him the look like you're so full of shit. They're everywhere in my dryer room.
Is that what those are?
That is it. They're not
They're
just for
everywhere in
travel.
my laundry room.
Yes. Okay. So do you know why they're so great? So they cut down dry time from like 20 to 40%. Yes, they keep your clothes separate. They also absorb the moisture. And I'm sorry, but these are adorable.
Oh,
right?
I love those.
Oh my God, these are adorable. This is adorable.
Laundry happens.
These are so cute. We should play a game whenever she's on. We have to take a shot every time she says something is cute, adorable, hot. Anytime she says something about the packaging and like, oh, and so here, these are binoculars. These were $60. They're only $25. And then check this out. This is so cute. These are panties. Oh my God. These are so adorable. Look at this. Look at that. And it's kind of like mysterious. Like two fucking, oh, and look, one's got a raccoon face on it. These are adorable. You should buy these because they're adorable. Shut the fuck up. These are so cute. Aren't these cute?
Laundry happens.
And these just look amazing.
Magic.
He's like, why do I find these balls everywhere?
And the other thing is, some people don't know you can add essential oils to these, and it's just so much better than dryer sheets, non-toxic.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Like peppermint, yeah, peppermint. Yes, because everyone wants their clothes to smell like peppermint. Mark fucking Dick Swalos. You know his name really translates. His name is Mark Dick Swallows. Is what the fuck.
It's just so much better than dryer sheets, non-toxic.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really nice.
So, yes, so nice. Just like peppermint.
We had to bring back our
Pick these up for Ryan Seacrest.
Ryan, order you some.
Yes.
All right, these are Invisisocks. They are the best no-show socks. They do not slip down in your heel. They're really tight on your foot. They feel perfect. And also they're low enough that they really are no-show. There's nothing more embarrassing than a no-show that you see.
You're saying.
Yeah,
yes.
really embarrassing.
Good.
These are so great. Under $20. Sticking with our theme of feet, these are feet, okay?
Oh my God, I love these. Yes,
recuperating and
these are the best.
Yes.
So
What is
these
this?
are foot peels, okay? So you'll
What?
put this on your feet, not now, but let's put it on your feet. You keep it in there, and then it actually peels away all the dead skin. So it takes like 3 to 5 days, and this is the time
3
to
to
do
5
this. We do it
days.
in the winter, okay?
3 to 5 days. Put shit on your feet. 3 to 5 days, and let them sit there and peel them off. It takes 5 days. You know what I like to do? You know what doesn't take 3 to 5 days? Getting your fucking ass in the shower with a fucking washcloth or a scrubby thing, a loofah. You know what I mean? I'm sure they have gloves with like a coarse, like a coarse kind of texture, right? Get the fucking loofah. I put body wash in, squeeze it a little, make some suds. Take your fucking foot and you scrub it. Okay? 3 to 5 days. This shit'll take fucking 3 to 5 minutes. Fuck your 3 to 5 days. If you're really good about it, you could save yourself 71 hours and 56 minutes. 4 minutes, 2 minutes each foot. Not even that. 3 to 5 days. Get some fucking body wash or soap and a fucking loofah. Scrub your feet. 2 minutes. You're done. And you know how much that cost? About fucking 2 cents. All right? Because I get my fucking body wash from the dollar store. And that shit, a little dime's worth. A little dime's worth in your hand with some water. You got to work it up. You got to, you know. Sounds like a fart. So, look at this. $30. 50% off. Only $15, and they're so desperate to get rid of this fucking bung ass fucking whack product. $15, free shipping. They'll send it to you for free. Take it off our hands. It's like going to Craigslist. We got a pool. It's free. Just come get it out of our fucking yard. Feets. What a great name. I want to buy a fucking jar of white stuff called Feets. It's not even, the plural of foot is feet. There's no feets. Free. Clear, please. Liquidation sale. This shit might work to get fucking mosquitoes away. Put it on your fucking children's face. What the fuck? Rub your feet. It's not even lotion. What is it? It's a mask. A fucking peel mask for your feet. I want to make sure my feet look good in case I ever go meet the woman of my dreams. I want to make sure. I understand I don't want to have acne on my face, but I want to make sure my feet are clean. And even if you meet a girl and you go have sex with her, she's not looking at your feet. The lights are probably off. Who gives a shit about your feet? What are you getting, wrinkles off your feet? Dead skin? You know what works? Fucking rub them. Wash your feet. That's what works. Wash your feet.
And then it actually peels away all the
Wash your feet for 3 minutes. Save your money, save your time. Fucking 2 cents.
Keep it in there, and then it actually peels away all the dead skin.
Fuck?
So it takes like 3 to 5 days, and this is the time to do this. We do it in the winter, okay? We don't do this in the summer exactly because people see your feet. So right now is the time to do it.
Now's the time.
Really good heel cream.
This is the really hot trending foot waxing season. Winter's the time to do it. Like right now, this is when all the cool people are spending money on their feet.
Also, really good heel cream. No one likes to admit it, but like your feet get dry.
Oh, no one likes to admit it. I'm so ashamed. That's my big dark secret is, and I don't like to talk about it. I'm so embarrassed because sometimes my feet hurt. And so from walking all over your fucking ass all day, Monica, that's the number one thing. People are so embarrassed to talk about their feet and how much they ache sometimes. So therefore, we can't get them the lotion they need. Give me a fucking break. Oh my God.
My feet are like baby's feet.
Yeah, you know what? Your dick is like a baby's dick.
His feet, it's almost as though he was born wearing them.
Oh my God. And there's another fake fucking laugh at a terrible, it's not even a joke. Fuck you, Monica.
He does have baby's feet.
They're going to be even better after this.
Oh, they're going to be even better after this.
It's almost as though he was born wearing them. Like his
You secretly use feet, so you just haven't told any of us.
Oh my God. Oh my God. His feet literally have 10 toes. Oh, stop it. We should invite me over to your mansion and we should drink expensive champagne sometime again soon. You're my best friend. She's like the Anna Delvey, the girl from that movie, if you know, based on a real person.
So not least, this is Elemental, and these cups and tumblers, what I like is there's a lot of 2 for 1. So during the day, this could be for my coffee, right? And then at night, you can actually put a can in here. So if you want to put a can, if you were having a seltzer or an adult beverage in here, it slips in and it keeps it cold.
No kidding.
Absolutely. And the hot ones here, so they have hot or cold, it has like a triple insulated wall. I really like
under $20.
Yeah,
under $20, and these ones are really good. Like the colors on them are good, the detailing. I like the wood grain on these ones.
Yeah, nice.
So many great variety options. Under $20.
Yes, this was another Shark Tank product that I guess is busting because they have to sell them at discounted prices. I remember this on Shark Tank, or maybe it's, who knows, they're just offering a deal. They're getting TV exposure, offering a deal. They're still making, they're still doubling their money for a couple months and blah, blah, blah. Getting rid of inventory before they start putting mass marketing behind their new products. Oh my God.
I need to get a really good gift.
These terrific bargains are exclusively available to you, our viewers, but only for the next 24 hours at kellyandmark.com.
And don't forget, give me 3 minutes before you start ordering all the bacon stuff.
Monica, you're so bad.
Thank you, Monica. Next, Jordan Fisher. Stay tuned.
I'll tell you, I still would date you, but you'd have to look away from me and put a bag over your head.
Monday online, Mark is here.
I am.
We meet Mark Wahlberg from The Family Plan.
New record.
Plus, Jeffrey Wright.
There's so many of my favorites here.
He hits his mark center stage and is crushed by a baby grand piano.
Give me 3 minutes with the bacon stuff. Oh, you're so funny. Oh, that was a big waste. I am going to dislike my own video just because of that segment, and I'm so sorry. Hopefully this interview with, I don't even know who the fuck this is. Who is this guy? Jordan Fisher? Knock your socks off. I got to go take a dump. Monica makes me shit now.
Yeah, may lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems. Living with type 2 diabetes?
Ask about the power of 3 with Ozempic.
Monica Mingan, the con artist. Avon calling. Do you want to try my creepy purple fucking... Do you want to try my, puce, I don't know, purple orange mixture of like blush. No, it doesn't make you look like a punk rock whore. You look beautiful. I do. Thank you, Monica. I believe you because you're on TV. You're on television, Monica. What the fuck is all this shit? I don't even know what the fuck is going on anymore. Look at that. I just pooped my pants again. Oh my God. Whatever. All right. I'm out of toilet paper. So now I got to use a newspaper to wipe my ass.
Welcome back. He's a brilliant actor known for his prominent roles on Broadway. And now he's back on stage in the thrilling Tony Award-winning musical Hadestown. Wow. Please welcome back to the show, Jordan Fisher.
Oh my God.
Wait, you've not met before?
This is the first time meeting.
You're kidding.
Well, I mean, I feel like I know you. I feel like it's been so many years.
So many years, yes.
And we've never met, but me and Mark used to send each other flirty texts back on Periscope. He would go live, and I would. We used to go on Match.com, and we would on Snapchat. We followed each other. We used to send dick pics to each other. But it's the first time I met. I could tell the dick matches the face.
Oh my God.
Wait, you've not met before?
This is the first time meeting.
You're kidding.
Well, I mean, I feel like I know you. I feel like it's been so many years.
So many years, yes.
And I've heard so many stories. Is that your beautiful? That's my little boy right there.
I can't believe it. So the last time you were here, he was just a couple of months old.
Yeah. How was fatherhood treating you?
Oh my gosh, it's
the best, amazing thing in the world. I mean, he's our best little friend, you know. Like
you two make beautiful babies.
Oh, hey, thank you.
Well,
Listen,
I'd like to ask you, why does your son look like a little girl? Can I ask you? Oh, I gotta ask you, why do you dress your son up like a little girl? That is like a woman. Honestly, put it in the comment section. They call it a son. Dude, that looks like a girl. Put it in the comment section.
Thank you.
Does the kid look like a girl?
We're gonna do it again. It's the most amazing thing. Talk about purpose.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like, I think that it'll be 20 years in January that I've been doing this. And
wow.
Yeah. Which is insane and so beautiful. And I'm so grateful for it. The way that all of it shrinks when that happens.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
The way
blow
that
out your ass, you sensitive little
every facet of
pussy.
what was important now just it has shifted. It's a whole new dimension of import and purpose. It's amazing.
What's he into?
Oh my God. Okay. Trucks, cars, Tangled, Rapunzel.
Yeah.
Finding Nemo, Marlin specifically, and Bruce, the sharks.
He's into Rapunzel, Barbie. He's into rainbow snow cones. He loves Dora. Jewelry. He loves ballerinas. Eggplant. He loves eating eggplant.
Obviously, Miss Rachel. Bluey is our best friend. Oh, he wants to come hang.
You want to come on set?
Oh, you want to come say hey, Riley?
Yeah, you can come down.
Come say hey, buddy. Come on. We'll come say hey real quick. Come, we'll come say hey.
Hi.
This is Miss Kelly. Hey, hi, Miss Kelly.
It's so nice to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah, see all the pretty lights?
So many lights. What are your holiday plans this We are doing, well, I guess you'll just sit with Dad.
Yeah.
We
Of course.
are
What
doing
did you
for
think
the
you were
first
giving
time
it back?
ever. This has been a dream of ours for quite some time. We're doing the candlelight procession.
And of course, the boy sitting next to that woman is the actual second father. The woman holding the kid is the nanny.
So many lives. What are your holiday plans this We are doing, well, I guess you'll just sit with Dad. We are doing, for the first time ever, this has been a dream of ours for quite some time, we're doing the candlelight processional at Epcot. Especially with them, all of our family on both sides is going to be there. It's just so exciting.
Oh, you're bringing the whole family.
The whole family.
That's amazing.
He said, let me explore. He
Wait, is he
runs
the first?
everywhere.
He can run around. We're a very child-friendly show.
Here we go. Excuse we hear you're a reality TV fan. What's your go-to? Well, Golden Bachelor.
Oh, Golden Bachelor.
He's captured the imagination of America. How do you know? Are you caught up?
We're caught up. Are you caught up?
I'm performing the ceremony. You're performing the ceremony. I put it out there. I put it out there. I was like, where's my cocktail? Okay, yeah. I mean, listen, hey, I'm excited for Gary, man. I think that
Do you think you made the right choice?
I'm excited for Gary, man. Personally, I just love Leslie. Like, I just wanted her to be the one. Like, you just... Maybe she'll be the Golden Bachelorette. She's got to be the Golden Bachelorette. She has to be. Yes. She has to be. Was she a fan favorite? She was a fan favorite? She's a fan favorite. We've been Big Brother fans, Survivor fans for a long time in the family. Hey, we need to take a big break. When we come back, Jordan will be telling us about his new leading role in one of our favorite shows, Hadestown. Look around.
Monday on Live from the new film of American fiction, Jeffrey Wright. Once in a lifetime is never enough. Never enough. When I wear diamonds, I feel powerful.
I want to watch an old man find love. That's what you're into. Yeah, that's the nanny. Yeah, we all know. Or maybe she's the surrogate mother. I can't believe people would say that. I'm just reading these comments. I would never say that.
Or call the number on your screen.
Why are you turning around? We're back. Sorry.
With Jordan Fisher. We were getting very excited during the commercial break. You're starring in Hadestown, which is really our favorite musical. We've seen it so many times. Tell us about Orpheus, the character.
Man, so if anybody is not familiar with Hadestown, it's a piece of Greek mythology, right? So it focuses on the story of Orpheus and Hades and Hades' relationship with Persephone and the deal that he's able to strike with Orpheus to let him escape out of this dark, dastardly place. But what's so beautiful about this piece, it's human.
Yeah.
It's human connectivity. We all come on stage as ourselves. I come on as Jordan, bringing on like my last little bit of whatever, tightening my apron, and then our characters are introduced, and that's when the story begins, and it's told from the rip. Hey, this is a sad song. It's a sad tale. If you don't know how this Greek tragedy, it is a tragedy, ends, it doesn't end wonderfully.
Yeah.
But
there's a reason it's called a Greek tragedy.
Right. There's a reason why it is called a Greek tragedy. However, the beauty of this show, and one of the many reasons why I love doing it 8 times a week, is the hug that you feel at the end. Like, after bows, we have one more song for everybody to send us all off, and it's that little piece right there that separates this show, in my opinion. And I've gotten to work on some awesome shows on Broadway. This is what separates it from all other theatrical experiences that are currently on Broadway. You come in to a time, like it's very small. The Walk to Her is an intimate space. It's intimate, like 940 something seats. So it's like everyone's right there and right on top of one another. And that's also the way that the story is told. And through that is bred community and family. And that's the story that's really pushed here, is like, hey, we take care of one another and we take care of where we are, really lean into our community and what we have with one another, then there's not really much that can stop us, which is great. And the show ends with the words "good night" to everybody. And like, that's how I could go on.
Oh, you know, it's so funny. That's the soundtrack when I run in Central Park.
Yeah.
I run to the Hades town.
Oh, it's a good one.
It's the best. It's the best soundtrack. It's just such a good. Really like gets you.
You know what I'm saying? Jordan, can't wait to see it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, congratulations. Hades Town, now on Broadway at the Walter Kerr Theater. We'll be right back. That's awesome, man.
Well, if you love watching our show from home, now's your chance to see it live and in person. You can check out all the stars. Be part of the show. And maybe even win a prize. Exclusive. Don't miss out on all the fun. Visit our website and get your tickets for Live with Kelly and Mark now. Cleanse and exfoliate.
I noticed they got rid of their kids in that little promo. They had that one promo where they had their 3 kids like playing the Newlywed Game. They got rid of that shit real quick. Just like the first opening of season 2, where they had like Mark Consuelos in slow, where they had Kelly.
But statins can also deplete
They had
CoQ10
Kelly in
levels.
slow motion turning around and like flopping her hair over and going. And then Mark Consuelos goes, Go into the library, go to the search on my channel, put in season 2, episode 1, or you just might have to put in episode 1. And when that pops up, check out the intro before they come out. When they're doing It's Live with Kelly with guests this and that and blah, blah, blah in the inbox. But when they do the intro where they're dancing around, for episode 1 only, they had their original intro. By episode 2, they cut it. And I bet it's because Mark said he looks fucking weird as hell. He looks like he's got special needs. And he lives in a housing for people with mental disabilities like syndromes and stuff, special abilities, right? Because Kelly's like, she turns around in slow motion and her hair flies, and then Mark just is like this. He goes, "This is really bad." If I had like an Instagram and a Snapchat or something, I take a video of my phone and post it to like my TikTok. It's really bad.
That's what my doctor recommended QNO.
Well, I'm going to make sure I never see any project that Jordan guy is in, because it looks like they're all terrible, or they're designed for junior high school, for girls in junior high school. That seems like the type of fan base that would like any of his stuff. Or old women over the age of 72. 71? No, they still fuck. 72-year-olds, they retired the puss and they watch Jordan Fisher live plays. That's what they do.
Be recognized.
Oh my God, my arms hurt from masturbating so much. Oh my God. Oh my God. Shut
out for your family, this team will, and fight for the compensation you deserve. Malman Law, we know what matters most.
Look, they're arriving.
ABC Sunday is it?
Jesus Christ, bro. I don't care about ABC Sunday. You know what?
This is Fred Boy.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. The kid,
We want our
the
cats
fucking Macy's, the kid got Santa slippers. You know what Santa's going to do? That Santa's going to take you to his van.
This is Fred Boy.
Great. Now you know what you're going to do. You know what Santa's going to do? That guy's going to show up at your house and ring the doorbell like at 9 o'clock, right? He's going to look in binoculars to make sure your parents go upstairs. He's going to ring the bell. You know what he's going to do? He's going to say, "Hey, Christopher." And he's going to be like, "How'd you know my name?" "Oh, don't you remember? You told me." And he'll be like, "I don't know you." And he'll be like, "You telling me this doesn't ring a bell?" And he'll go, "Oh, Merry Christmas." And he'll be like, "Santa." And he'll be like, "Shh, you're not supposed to let everyone know. But because you gave me a gift, I'm going to let you in on a little secret that I am Santa. Because you gave me a gift, I know I can trust you. I need help getting my toys to all the little boys and girls. Will you help Santa Claus?" And he'll be like, "All right. Well, I need to get these. Well, I need you first to help me go to the store and get the toys because my reindeer are sick." And then he helps him, like he takes his kid to help him like rob a store. Or he says, well, just come to my van. I got a whole bunch of toys. The reindeer got sick. And he'll be like, okay. And they'd be like, make sure you put on, do you got any gloves? So you're not going to leave any fingerprints? And he'll be like, uh-huh. Takes the kid, throws him in the van, drives off. And you never see little Christopher and Harry Kontuszowski, all right, ex-felon. And then you see the story on Dateline. You remember Phil and DeBlanc. Yeah, predicted it. Now you fucking know. Now it's time for the inbox. Oh.
Welcome to the inbox. Let's see what you have to say today.
What do you got?
What do you got?
Okay. Sarah Prozillo from Windermere, Florida, Mark's biggest fan. She loves me like Oscar the Grouch.
Oh, yes, you are America's Oscar the Grouch. You're an Oscar the Grouch.
Oscar the Grouch.
Yes, okay. Ginny in...
Oscar El Groucho. El Groucho Marx.
The Grouch.
Oscar the Grouch.
Yes, okay. Ginny in Saratoga Springs, New York. Got my mug.
Right there. You're like, fucking Gelman, what are you thinking? We can tell you what Gelman's thinking.
The Grouch.
Oscar the Grouch.
Yes, okay.
Are they speaking Australian?
In Saratoga Springs, New York. Got my mug. Look at everyone just drinking out of our beverage at the bedside table.
They love those
Hot
mugs.
off the shelf.
My gosh.
Lakewood, Ohio, from Jane Snyder says, my favorite place at Christmas. That's a nice tree.
Beautiful. Gorge. Hey, on Monday's show, don't forget Mark Wahlberg will be here.
Yes, also we have Jeffrey Wright.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Arby's Big Cheesy Bacon Burger.
Yeah, just pick the
Because
bacon
it's true. Arby's, we have the meat.
Through Monday at Darvin.
Spend just $14.99 and get a gift of your choice. Save 45 to 65% store-wide with special financing for 72 months.
This week at Darvin, your gift is on us.
Honey, winter's coming. We should probably tune up the furnace.
Honey,
It's practically
winter's
good as
coming.
new.
Honey, winter's coming. I think we should conceive a child for Jordan Fisher from the Broadway film Hadestown. Honey, it's winter. I think I should stop shaving my legs.
Time for a furnace tune-up? Help is just around the corner.
All right.
Call
Well, I
ABC
think this
now
is
for
gonna
your
be the end of
$49
this one.
ultimate furnace tune-up and avoid breakdown.
Yep, that's the end of this episode. Well, that's the end of season
When
2.
operation gets slow at the last.
Season 2, episode 67 from December 8th, 2023. So sorry I missed Natalie Portman. I'm sorry for you guys. You didn't get to see her, and I'm sorry I didn't get to see her. I know that if she was a decent woman that set aside financial statistics, financial security, credit score rating, looks, lacks of exercise discipline, small feet, hairy nipples, and just focused on humor, cooking skills, and penis size, I think me and Natalie Portman would get along great. I think if she was just to see me as a human, who I am in my heart, and take us back to when we were both like 10 years old and we were just two kids doing the best we can and we were on the same level, she'd say, you know what? I'm going to go to the dance with him and I'm going to let him grab my ass while we're dancing to the Dirty Dancing soundtrack. But no, she probably wants rich white men. They probably like wear ties and stuff, socks, and wash their feet and use feet peels. So, Natalie, if you see this one day, just remember, if you're ever divorced, single, you want to just good overall man. And the thing is, I got the talent. All you got to do is hook. If you want to date a famous guy, just hook me up with a job. Call like one of your agent's friends. Tell your agent to call the studio, that the Disney, Marvel, you know enough people. If fucking Kelly Ripa could get Kal Penn on Sesame Street in a scene with Grover, you can get me a role playing like a transgender secretary in like an Anne Hathaway rom-com or something. You know, you could put a cape on me and have me play like, you know, an evil sorcerer in Thor that, you know, says, "Oh, let me get them." That's my role. There you go. 05. Mission 443. I don't even know how to spell monologue, but to be a successful actor, you don't need to know how to spell. That's the secret. So thank you for watching season 2, episode 67. Join us for episode 68, starting now. I hope you have a happy Pierre Noel, Feliz Navidad, happy Hanukkah, happy New Year. And if you're like hard-boiled eggs, let's say happy belated or early Easter. I hope you all enjoy eating food, unwrapping gifts. And to those people that like to have sex, I hope you have lots of sex. And don't worry about the hairy legs. Here's the key. Close your eyes and pretend it's a Hispanic person, like Mark Consuelos or Mario Lopez. They have all the hair. Now, you know what? They probably wax their backs. Pretend it's Kal Penn with a vagina. It's fine. Girls with hairy legs, hairy armpits, and hairy backs are incredibly sexy because it exudes confidence. And that's what you need to do to create a child that's going to dominate in the dramatic Broadway world in 2029 to 2047. Damn shame. All I had to do was say no. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining. Make sure to like that video and smash that subscribe button if you want to join the family, a family of YouTubers. I'll see you next time. Wait, let me press enter and boom. All right. Check out the link in my bio to go to my Twitch and my OnlyFans. And I send a newsletter out updating you on my farm. I'd show it to you, but it's not really thriving right now. Come back next spring. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching the DEBUNK podcast. See you again. And I guess I'm going to fart my